Hey, what's up? My name's Martin. Welcome to the channel, and we're gonna kick off the new year by doing a studio tour! But first, you might notice something a little bit different, and I'm not talking about this fancy new snare drum right here. I'm talking about these luxurious long locks of hair. And you'd be right if that's what you were thinking. So let me break it down for you. Way back in the winter of 2021, my landlords let me know that I could be drumming on evenings and weekends because they would be out of the house and I could go wild. So that's exactly what I did. I went wild. I recorded somewhere between 60 to 65 songs within the span of 2 to 3 months, and I've been editing that backlog ever since. And that is until today. Within that time span, I decided I'm gonna let my hair grow out again. I used to have it long, cut it short, had to get a job, grew it long again. Everyone's happy. New year, new me! Now let's get on with the tour. I'm gonna start from the top and work my way all the way down to the bottom. I'm gonna go over absolutely everything, and if I miss something, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to make another video showing how it's set up, what the settings are. I know I've already got a request for pedal videos, so that's gonna be coming up, so stay tuned. Let's go, let's start with the cymbals. This bad boy right here is my HHX 18-inch China. Moving right along, we've got an 18-inch HHX Extreme Crash. I've had one of these on my kit ever since I can remember playing. Super raw, super trashy. It's like a China, but a Crash. How cool is that? Here I am on the right side of my kit, and I'm gonna tell you what I got over here. We've got ourselves a 17-inch HHX Stage Crash, great for riding. Beside this, we've got an 18-inch AAX Explosion Crash, paired beautifully with the HHX Extreme Crash on the other side. And then finally, my favorite China of all time, the 19-inch AA Holy China. Holy China. All right, moving right along here, we've got an auxiliary set of hi-hats. These are a pair of 14-inch groove hats. They're actually my first set of hi-hats I ever had, so this is kind of cool. It's on a fixed Tama hi-hat stand, and let me show you what I've got in here. It's just, get out of there. Oh geez, this is a bad idea. Some springs that I've got from the local hardware store. If you didn't have that in there, these would just sit on top of one another and it'd be closed all the time. I want to have a little bit of sizzle sometimes, so that's what's going in there. Couple bucks from the hardware store. Do yourself a favor if you got something like this. Easy way to get like that sizzly open hi-hat as an auxiliary hi-hat stand. Now, what's this big bad boy? It's a 24-inch Pure Metal Ride by Meinl. It's a Chris Adler signature, and I absolutely love this ride. Only problem, only critique, it rings out like crazy. Oh boy! Moving over to some auxiliary cymbals, I got some splashes for you. We're starting off with an 8-inch AAX splash, brilliant. It's nice and just quick, really shimmery sometimes, so it's good there. Over here we've got a trusty 12-inch Sabian Ice Bell. It's perfect when you're playing stuff with the ride and you just need a little double action. And then over here we've got a 10-inch HHX Evolution Splash. Really trashy. Ah, so good. Now right here I've got my Sabian Stage hats. They're crispy, they're sizzly, I love it. Wow. All right, let's talk about drums. I've been using a Gretsch Renown Maple Cherry Burst drum kit for the better part of maybe around 14 or 15 years. This is the same kit I had in high school. So if you knew me then, same one. Let's go over the sizes real quick. We've got 8-inch by 7-inch, whoopsh, a 10-inch by 8-inch, whoopsh, 12-inch by 9-inch, whoopsh, 14 by 14, whoopsh, 16 by 16, whoopsh. The bass drum is 22 by 18. Ayo! Now I also have an 18 by 16 floor tom that I haven't really set up yet. I'm still trying to find out the best tuning for that. And what a great segue. Tuning! I use the drum dial. I've been using it forever. And if it wasn't for this bad boy, this kit would sound like garbage. What else makes this kit sound good? Well, let me tell you. Now I also use R-Tom's Moon Gels across the kit. 1 on all of them, 2 on the floor toms, just to get rid of those nasty overtones. So much better. Now that we're down on this level, we can take an actual look at this snare drum. It's a Tama SLP Big Black Steel snare drum, 14 by 8 with die-cast gold hoops. Mwah! Absolutely beautiful. I've got an Evans heavyweight dry on top, an Evans 300 snare side, regular snare wires on the bottom, nothing too crazy. Coming even further down now, we're gonna take a look at the sticks. I use the Lars Ulrich head sticks. I find they're pretty good. I used the 5Bs for a while, they kept on breaking. The Tommy Lee ones are basically baseball bats, which is cool if that's what you're into. I just like these ones. Pretty good name, and they feel really good. Now when it comes to pedals, I'm using the DW9000 series. I have a double leg hi-hat stand. There's no rocking on this. I know some people say if you click down on it, it's gonna rock back and forth. Just set it up right, you'll be fine. And then I also have the DW9000 series double bass pedals, but with a trick drive shaft. And that allows the left pedal to feel almost exactly the same as the right pedal. Let me show you something. Oh, and they're kind of off now, but that's okay. Now, as for the beaters, I've changed out the standard DW beaters for these control beaters. You can add different weights for the feel of the throw, and you can also change out the actual heads on these. I use the plastic ones to get a bit more of a slap in that bass drum mix. Sounds really good for metal and hard rock. The bass drum head I'm using is an Evans EMAD 2. As for the toms, I'm using an Evans EC2 on the top and an Evans G2 on the bottom. The hardware on the kit is a mixture between DW 5000 and 9000 series stands. I'm going to show you two of these cool stands right now. So this stand here is a DW 9701 stand. It's the lowest stand you can get and is perfect for drummers who like to have their ride right above their bass drum. The next cool feature on this stand is the telescoping dog bone. It allows you to not only increase in height, but also twist whatever's on top. So that means if I want this cymbal to rotate a little bit back because it's too close to this one, no problem. The next really cool stand that I've got going on here is this tom stand. It's got another little attachment here where you can see the ice bell coming off, but also another one of these telescoping dog bones to throw this little splash over here. I think that's probably the coolest use of this I've seen. Without using a drum rack, I think maybe that's the next step here. Now that we're in front of the bass drum, let's take a look at what's going on. We've got an Evans EQ3 resonant head. The porthole is at 3 o'clock to allow easy access for those stands that need to go inside. Now when it comes to microphones, my first set was a Pyle PDK-M7. So a lot of those mics I'm going to be referencing to, I'll just call it the Pyle mics. As you can see, we've got a Beta 52 on the outside to get the Reso head, and then also a Beta 52 on the inside to get the batter head. Underneath the ride stand, we've got one of these Pyle mics just to pick up that bell a little bit better. Starting off in the 16-inch floor tom, we've got a Shure Beta 52. Moving to the 14-inch floor tom, we've got a Pyle bass drum mic. Moving up to the rack toms, we've got two new Sennheiser E604s. Moving over to the snare drum, we have the Beta 57A. However, in the majority of the covers, you're gonna see this guy here, which is a 57 regular, just with a little bit of foam around the outside. I thought that would probably cut down on some of the bleed that's coming into this mic. Same position, all that good stuff. Under the snare drum, I've got one of those Pyle microphones. Moving over to the hi-hats, I have my Licks Pro miking these guys up. Moving right along, we've got the Pyle overhead microphone. The left side catches this portion. The right side catches this portion. There's also one back here, but I'm currently using the stand for it. I call it the Far China microphone, and it picks up that bad boy. All the cables and microphone stands are from Amazon. If you're just doing in-home recording, there's not really any chance that it's gonna be breaking or malfunctioning that much, because it's just gonna be sitting here. So you might be asking yourself, where do these microphones go? So here we are at the recording rig. All those microphone cables feed into two PreSonus 24C interfaces. That goes straight into the Mac and into Logic Pro. Another fun fact that might surprise people is that this room is actually a laundry room. Ready? Oh yeah. So whenever I finish a set or finish some covers, it's real easy to take these sweaty shirts and just fire them in the laundry. Now don't worry too much, I'll have that curtained off because I've got a new camera angle for this year. Let's take a look at what it looks like. So this here is an additional GoPro. It gets a front view. What? And with that, I think that's just about everything within the studio. If I did miss something or if you want something further explained, just let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to make a video. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much if you stuck around this long. And I hope to see you guys soon with some brand new covers. Let's go, 2023, baby.